Does money buy you happiness? My dad always says it makes a nice down payment.
Yeah.
New research suggests that it actually does. This is according to researchers who pulled off a pretty interesting experiment. They picked 300 people from 7 countries. 200 of them were given $10,000. The other 100 got nothing. Then they checked back with everybody 6 months later. They said, hey, how you doing? What do you think? The people in the cash group said they felt happier.
Yeah, sure they did.
Makes sense.
Regardless of how they spent their money. So whether they invested it, bought some nonsense.
Kept it. Slept better at night.
Yeah, hid it in the mattress.
My argument is money, and that really, this video bothers me how she messed up, or I think it's a she, that 20 flipped over.
Yeah, you got to get them all lined up.
Come on, got to get them all.
Yeah.
Do it again, tape it again. Money cannot buy happiness, but money can reduce stress. Is what I like to say. Stress about how am I going to pay this bill? How am I going to afford this thing? This unexpected medical bill thing popped up. That can all pile on top of you, and then that can reduce your happiness. Money can help ease that.
Yeah,
it can.
Yeah, I really feel bad for that second group of people who didn't get anything. And because on top of not getting anything, when they find out, oh, this was an experiment, and they got $10,000, like,
well, give me mine.
Okay, give it to me now. But I guess the deeper question is, like, then you still get into the meaning of life and family connections, and are those the things that really make you happy versus, having
200
some cash?
people were given $10,000. Mm-hmm. So that's $2 million, right? Is that math? Is that quick math real good?
I don't think so.
Who's funding this? Who's funding this experiment? And how do you get someone to give $2 million for this? Like, listen up. Here's what I want to do.
Let's just see if they're happy.
Yeah. And so I was like, who signed off on that?
Yeah.
But
That's a good use.
It does. There are people who say, look, just when I had this much money, your happiness is not contingent on money. Now there is, of course, if you can't afford to put food on the table or you're struggling with medical bills, that's a different thing.
Sure.
But in general, your happiness comes from a deeper place.
Yeah. I'm buying into that, especially today on 11/11.
Yep.
Well, this next person in the story, he may be a little bummed about money. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know him personally. We're talking about Odell Beckham Jr., football star, dealing with a Bitcoin bummer. You see, last year, he opted to take his 2021 contract in Bitcoin after signing with the Rams for $750,000. So at the time, Bitcoin was worth close to almost $70,000 per Bitcoin. As of the value of cryptocurrency continues to plummet, he has lost money every single day. Now, 1 Bitcoin is worth close to $19,000. So he has lost about 66%. After taxes, he has lost roughly $200,000 simply by taking his salary instead of the US dollar in Bitcoin.
I still think it's a brilliant play by him. I think he's going to have the last laugh. When it goes up, we're not reporting that either. There was a point where it was worth more. Obviously, it seems his strategy is what, to just set it and forget it, to put it in there, not think anything about it. And he can afford to do that. If you
And he can.
Right.
So Odell Beckham Jr. over the course of his career has made, like, I think my research, it was like $70 million.
Yeah.
So when you've got $70 million and someone's giving you a 1-year contract for $750,000, if he views it as a long-term investment, it's not a dumb thing.
Right.
Now that said, in 1 year, losing 2/3 of your investment is going to hit anybody hard.
Sure.
Yeah.
But not to put this on Odell Beckham Jr., but $200,000 is a fun night for some of these folks. So,
if you have 70 million?
So he's okay, and we know that. I am just saying I think it's a smart investment, and if you can't, nope, let me not say that out loud. Yeah, I would do the same thing if I had it.
He still owns the Bitcoin. That's the thing. That's the important thing to remember.
He didn't lose it.
If you think of it like a share of stock, he still owns the shares, so they could still go up.
They will.
I'm just saying a 1-year return on your investment of negative 66% is not a great 1-year return on your investment.
If it's a 10-year strategy or a 5-year strategy. I mean, look what's happening with the dollar now. You, Derek Kever, Mr. Moneyman,
Yeah.
if you were able just to get some payment that's not your salary, but just a little, $2,000, and they said we can give it to you in Bitcoin, you wouldn't even consider it? And no, you don't have the option to do half and half. Don't complicate it.
I mean, could I just pick a share of Amazon stock instead?
No, we didn't ask you that. Do you want this cash or do you want 2,000 in Bitcoin?
I want the cash.
Yeah. Same.
Really?
Yeah, I want the cash.
Dummy. What about you?
Yeah, I'll
Dummy.
take the cash.
Sitting between two
You're a
Why
dummy.
wouldn't I
dummies here.
invest it in the stock market, which is historically proven that it just goes up?
It's a gamble I'd want to take. Hashtag the 9. Is anybody with me? I'm just saying.
All right.
I don't know if
Take my
Odell Beckham Jr. is with us.
You might not. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. We will revisit.
What's the metric? When do we realize if Bitcoin is a success or not?
When the dollar crashes and the economy falls apart.
I have a friend who I've talked. So I have a friend who I talked about this with, and he's in like the banking business and stuff. And his advice was, if that happens, we have much bigger problems.
Right.
Because I was like, well, maybe I should get some of this in case this happens. He goes, Derek, if that happens, you have much bigger problems anyways.
Yeah. The fall of society.
Right.